Hello and welcome back to World Talks here on TVP World, where every word matters. With me, Anna Kalczyńska. Good morning. In a controversial speech at Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump, the incoming US president, made headlines with bold territorial claims, suggesting that Greenland, Canada, and even the Panama Canal could be one day in America. Trump also outlined an aggressive vision for NATO defense spending, claimed he could end the war in Ukraine within 6 months, expressed sympathy for Vladimir Putin's stance on NATO, and praised tech magnate Elon Musk as a very smart guy. Today, we'll delve into the topic with our guest, Wojciech Cegielski, editor-in-chief in Polish Radio. Good morning, Wojciech. So what are your thoughts on the latest Donald Trump statement about potentially using military force to take over Greenland, control of the Panama Canal? Is this his way of putting pressure on respective countries?
Yes.
So,
you sum it up brilliantly. So this is the way that Trump operates. Basically, it's not a surprise. This is the way Trump talks. This is the way Trump behaves. He's not a diplomat. He's even not a politician who knows the different subtle differences between the words you can use. He's just talking straight his head, and this is how his mind is. So this is the way he tries to negotiate, and basically it's not a surprise, because if we look through the first presidential term of Donald Trump, he was talking about Greenland before. He was talking about Canada before. I'm not sure if he was talking about Panama Canal, but basically it's his way of behaving. It's his way of talking and being a so-called diplomat. Okay. So it should not be a surprise. The difference between the first presidential term and the second presidential term, which is going to be launched on 20th of January, is that he's much more experienced right now on how to behave, how to act on a political stage. In his first term, he and his close collaborators, his close aides, were, well, more or less lost in this kind of machine of the White House, the administration, and the global politics. Right now, he's much more experienced. He knows how to behave. He knows how to act. He knows how to be very active, and how to reach
exert pressure.
Exactly.
All right, but if he says, we even don't know if Denmark has the right to Greenland, and even if they do, they should give it to us because we need it for our security. It's vital to our security. Do you think that that is a speech of an experienced politician, even a negotiator? I mean, what exactly does he want from Denmark, considering that this is a friendly nation, a partner within NATO, so he could somehow use different channels potentially to
He could, but
put pressure on them.
I'm afraid he's not able to use it because he doesn't know that these other channels exist, or he doesn't care. It's his way of behaving. It's his way of acting on a political stage, because this was also the way he was acting as a muggle, as a business owner in New York. If we look very precisely on his story of how he built Trump Tower, for example, this was the way he was acting with the different offices of the New York, trying to get a license for building the Trump Tower, for example, and many other stories. So it's his typical way of acting.
Now, the problem with this way of acting is that we probably face different orders. Here in Europe, we have traditional politicians who are trying to react because they are taking those words seriously. After all, this is the coming new president of the United States, and we are taking these words seriously. So Jean-Noël Barrot, the Minister for Foreign Affairs of France, is reacting. However, the European Union is rather reluctant as to directly address the potential threat to Danish sovereignty, right?
Because despite these 4 years of Trump at the White House between 2017 and 21, I guess Europe still hasn't learned on how to behave with Trump, how to navigate Trump, because he's unpredictable. It's his nature. So Europe still has to learn a lesson. It was exactly how it has been in 17 and 18. I remember being at the NATO summits when Trump threatened to cut the summit, to leave Brussels, NATO's HQ, because Europe was not paying. But the thing was that those days he mistakenly he didn't differentiate between the amount that countries are paying for the NATO itself and the amount of money the countries are paying for their own defense. It was crucial. It was a crucial thing in this discussion. He was repeatedly saying that European countries doesn't pay for NATO, etc. And European leaders were concerned how to behave, because he was just at the NATO summit on two days event, threatened to completely ruin it, because he was basically making mistakes. He was mistakenly the two different datas. So it was a kind of consternation on, come on, who are you? I mean, what's the thing? How we should act in this way? And I think that the Europe still hasn't learned on how to do it. I guess you would like to ask if he really wants to take Greenland and Canada.
What then, right? What measures are here in Europe to defend Greenland?
Yes, I think yes, he means it, but the way. I guess it was Bob Woodward who is in one of the books on Donald Trump mentioned a story on South Korean, on the US soldiers in South Korea, when Trump wanted to withdraw the soldiers, which would be a catastrophic situation for the geopolitics of the region. And so one of his advisors simply took the paper in which he was able to sign on a withdrawal of the US troop from his desk, and that was the end of the story. He didn't withdraw the troops because the paper was just stolen. So this is the way some of his advisors, some of his close friends also used to cooperate, used to work with Trump. Europe is in a different mood, in a different world.
Absolutely.
So maybe this is the way, because I don't want to say he will take by force Greenland, for example. But the thing is that I guess Europe has to learn how to act very differently to reach its aims in this way, to leave Greenland for Greenlanders, as Danish Prime Minister has told yesterday.
I mean, just to illustrate what you're saying, some journalists have compared Trump's comments about Greenland to the run-up to Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, right? So this is like another misinterpretation or over-interpretation of Trump's words. But what does the whole situation tell us about the potential relations between Europe and United States, especially now with another facet of Zuckerberg complete change of paradigm over meta policy, right? I mean, this is like absolutely going for an open conflict with Europe, right? Saying what United States want and will do, and that's it.
Well, interesting times ahead, that's for sure. I guess the thing is that if we really look on the political scene 4 years ago, 6 years ago, in Europe there was no such amount of right-wing politicians being at the power or being close to be at the power. And I mean Austria, for example, I mean Slovakia, Germany, I mean,
not really, but
AFD is.
Speaking of which, we are just ahead of an interview of Elon Musk with Alice Weidel this very Thursday. Today, it's happening.
But it's. I don't think it would have much influence on the elections in Germany. AFD.
We'll see how it's going to be boosted on X also.
That's right, but it's not as much as big potential to make AFD win these elections, I guess. But on the other hand, the environment is different in Europe because there are much more right-wingers at the power. So, and Elon Musk, which is clearly trying to steer the politics, and as you've said, Mark Zuckerberg, because all the big tech right now is trying to be as close to Trump as it could be, in opposed to his first term, when I guess all the California's assets and all the big tech companies were reluctant to do anything because they didn't know what to do. So this is the potential, not even for a conflict, because maybe it would be some kind of soft landing for Trump. It could be a good asset for Europe to have this fragile but diplomatic peace with the United States. However, Trump will always do what he wants to do. So that also means that it could be a kind of a battle between Trump and some far-right parties, the governments in different countries. We cannot exclude it.
Thank you so much, Wojciech Cegielski, for your comments and for your expertise and putting possible scenarios on this map globally. Thank you very much once again. And thank you for watching. This is all we've prepared in this edition of World Talk. Stay tuned to TVP Worlds.